Oops. Got to do some muting. Hello, everybody, and welcome to All right, that funky tune means it is time for the morning volatility report with yours truly, Andrew Giovinazzi, Chief Operating Officer of OptionPit.com, filling in for Mark Sebastian. How is everybody doing today on really quite a lovely fall day here in the great state of Maine? Using volatility to trade direction. The webinars this week on Thursday. Okay, register here. It's a free webinar. And we will have a follow-up webinar on this that will be around, I don't know, $27 to $47, depending. We haven't priced it yet. Coming in early November with Mark and myself. Obviously, every Option Pit member that's a chat subscriber or higher, you get it for free. All right, but again, certainly a market we have like this, we have a lot of volatility. There are good ways to do things and bad ways to do things, and that's what Mark and I are going to cover in this, okay? All of our webinars now have been filling up, the paid webinars and the free ones. So if you are interested in them, there's always a takeaway, trade ideas. So do subscribe or do sign in if you are interested. Let's take a look at the markets. I just, again, writing the blog from that last week. There's the ECB guy trying to make the Europeans do the tough work, right? Again, S&P 500, right? All just an illusion. Although it closed down a little bit. VIX, beep, beep. I mean, 30 VIX, it's been a while since we've seen that. Okay. On market panic. Again, and here is our end of the day climb into the weekend. Not sure. Recall that's kind of our 2011, 2012 pattern for markets. Even though we actually finished the year, both those years, okay. Of course, to some extent, the central banks were coming in to ride to the rescue. And here we've got some minutes, I believe, this week. Let's see what the Fed says here. Okay, so we should see at least a slight bid for volatility. Okay. I don't see it jumping unless the market starts to jump again. Okay. This thing, here's IBM, down, having just an awful earnings report. Bad news out of China, but yet stocks today, this is the kind of stuff that's going to pull us lower, just bad earnings. I think we're still moving around. I thought for a while we could see like really lower volatility numbers, within maybe 2 weeks. I'm not so sure anymore. Okay, I'm not so sure anymore. The positions we liked are like downside flies with upside broken wing butterflies, something that gives you some movement in both directions. But I have to say, you can expect a lot more movement than normal. We've been looking at trades in XOP, even Netflix, where you've got to give things some space if you're up or down. Like kind of the high octane volatility trades I like when vol's high. I think vol's going to sit here for a little bit, which is changing my opinion. Mostly because I think Europe is kind of like a day-to-day weakness, and that is going to affect U.S. stocks. And that day-to-day weakness, it kind of leans on sentiment. And if you recall, go back to the end of I would say the end of 2011, beginning of 2012, and you're going to start it's not a market that was that bad because the euro supposedly was going to collapse, but it's certainly of that type where there is worries about what's going on over there, and I think the ECB and the Fed are tapped out. They said some nice things on Thursday, but for those reasons, right, the Fed has really provided that low volatility number for us, and it's going to be hard to get back there. Right? That being said, are we going to stick around 21 forever? Probably not. But my lower numbers now are like 17, 18 before we get some other bad news that, you know, shoots us up a couple points again. So I think that's going to kind of be the MO for a while. And it'll maybe be a little while till we see 2000 again, until there's actual reasons to rally, right? So if the Fed does kind of finish their bond buying program, I think we'll see a little bit more activity out of treasuries, gold, and things like that, because this actually, there is some fair uncertainty now about what's going on. And that generally brings a little bit of vol and potential movement afterwards. So just keep that in mind, right? The market has been very touchy on this Fed pulling out thing. You know, everybody was getting used to it. Now all of a sudden with Europe, there has, I would say that the level of uncertainty overall is kind of bounced up to some degree. So that will make stocks more touchy, and those 1.5%, 2% moves. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw a few more of them by the end of the year. So I don't think the vol's totally over yet. Alrighty, again, that changes the types of positions I look at. The quick vol strike, maybe the high gamma positions in the vol products might not work out so well, because, right, unless you can trade it back and forth and scalp it, I don't know if we're going to get the shooting direction that we want, like the quick strike up to 30 or a quick strike down to like 14 in VIX, you know, and riding those types of trades. I think it's going to be tougher. So a little mental adjustment on what to expect, and you know, and then just trading accordingly. So you guys have a good day. We have open mic night for gold. Mark will be in for chat, and I will see a lot of you later in the day. All right, everybody. Bye.